Boys and girls, in today's video, we're going to talk about dividing with remainders. Now, in the last video, we never had anything left over that didn't divide all the way in evenly. So this time we're going to have numbers where there is a remainder. So looking at this problem, I have 302 divided by 7. Same as before, I list my multiples of 7. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. Now I look at the first digit and I see a 3. How many times does 7 go into 3? Or which multiple of 7 is closest to 3 but not more? Well, my first multiple is 7, so that doesn't work. I'm going to put a 0 up top and a 0 underneath, and I subtract it. 3 minus 0 is 3. Bring down my 0. Now I'm working with 30. How many times does 7 go into 30? Or which multiple of 7 is closest to 30 but not greater? That's going to be 28, because look, if I go to 35, I'm greater than 30. So 4 times 7 equals 28. I'll put my 4 here, and then my 28 just goes right here. What is 30 minus 28? That's the next step. I subtract. 30 minus 28, that would be 2. Now I have my 2. But now I need to bring down. And I bring down my next digit, which is also a 2. And so now I say, which multiple of 7 is closest to 22 but not greater than 22? So I have 7, 14, 21. Oh, it's going to be 21. So 7 times 3 would be 21. I put my 21 underneath, and now I subtract. 22 minus 21. Well, that's 1. And I look, and I have nothing to bring down. But this isn't done because I haven't left it with nothing. So what happens is this number that's left over, since I have nothing to bring down, I can't just divide and say how many times is 7 going to 1. I can't do that. What happens is this number, it's left over, that is our remainder, so I write remainder 1. So my answer is 43 remainder 1. That's what I would write. Okay, so that just tells us it did not divide evenly. All right, make sure you write that on your accountability sheet. In our next problem, we're dividing 985 divided by 4. First step when we're doing long division is always to list our multiples of the divisor. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. The next step is to look at the first digit, and I ask myself, so, how many times does 4 go into 9? Or, so, which multiple of 4 is closest to 9 but not greater? 4, 8. It is 8. So, how do I get to 8? 4 times 2. So it's the 1, 2. It's the second multiple. I write 2 up top. And then I just take this multiple and I write it right underneath my 9, and then I subtract. 9 minus 8 equals 1. After I subtract, I bring down. Okay, bring down my 8. How many times does 4 go into 18? Or which multiple of 4 is closest to 18, but it's not more? 4, 8, 12, 16. So 4 times 4 is 16, so I'll put my 4 up here, and then the 16, I just bring it right over here. Next step, subtract. 18 minus 16 would be 2, and then I bring down the 5. Okay, so that would be 25. Now, I'm asking myself, how many times does 4 go into 25? Or which multiple of 4 is closest to 25 but not greater? The sixth multiple. So 4 times 6 equals 24. I'll put my 6 up top. And then I take this multiple and I just write it right underneath here, 24. Next, I subtract. 25 minus 24 equals 1. I'm being super dramatic. But I just got into a problem. Look, I have 1 left over. It's not dividing evenly, and I have nothing to bring down. So what do? Captain Remainder to the rescue. This becomes my remainder. So that just tells me that little part is left over. And later on, we'll talk about what we do with that remainder again. But today, we just wanted to divide and be able to use this notation to write R1 or R, whatever our remainder is. All right, take your notes. All right, now we're trying to see what is 793 divided by 2. Now, I already looked at this, and I can tell we're going to have something left over. Now, what you're going to notice is for this video, all of our remainders were 1. But there are going to be times when your remainder is going to be 3, or 5, or 6, or 2, or 7, or 25. Your remainder could be anything that's just less than our divisor, okay? And since I'm dividing by 2, I know a number ending in 3, I can't break evenly. So I will have a remainder of 1. Okay, first up, list my multiples of 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. After I list my first 10 multiples of 2, I look at the first digit, and I have a 7. I ask myself, how many times does 2 go into 7? Or, which multiple of 2 is closest to 7, but not greater? 2, 4, 6. Can't say 8. So it is this, the third multiple. 2 times 3 is 6, and so I take this 6, and I put it right under here. Now, if I was one of those math antics people, I'd have this fancy video, and it would literally move that 6 over there for me. But I don't have that technology yet. Okay, now I subtract. 7 minus 6 equals 1. Okay? After I subtract, then I bring down. I bring down the next digit, which is the 9. So now I'm looking at 19. How many times does 2 go into 19? Or, which multiple of 2 is closest to 19, but it's not greater? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I better stop, because the next one is 20. So look, it's 18. 2 times what equals 18? 2 times 9. So I'll put my 9 up top, and then I just take this 18, and I get to put it right underneath here. 19 minus 18 equals 1. Again. Now I have 1 again. Now I get to bring down my 3. So now I have 13. How many times does 2 go into 13? Or, which multiple of 2 is closest to 13, but it's not greater? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Can't say 14 because that's bigger. So it's 12. 2 times what equals 12? 2 times 6. So I put my 6 up top, take that 12, write it right underneath here. 13 minus 12 equals 1. We said 1 a lot in this video. Okay, and I have a remainder again. Actually, I'm not that heartbroken because I already told y'all we were going to have a remainder of 1. So this 1, I have nothing else to bring down, so this 1 becomes my remainder. So my answer to 793 divided by 2 is 396 with a remainder of 1. All right? Boys and girls, in today's video, we divided with remainders. And what you noticed is that the process was so similar to when we were doing long division in our previous video. The only difference was it didn't end in 0 at the bottom. So we had something left over that was smaller than our divisor. And so that became a remainder because we couldn't make another complete group with that leftover. Okay? So dividing with remainders is similar to just doing regular division. The only difference is that everything didn't work out perfectly and evenly. All right? In another video, we'll talk about what we do with that remainder with some word problems. But I hope you enjoyed. Until we meet again, au revoir.